Devak sir, you may start with the ROP session.
All right. Can everyone hear me? Yes. Am I audible? Okay.
Yes, sir, you are audible.
All right. Fair enough. Good evening, everyone. I know it's late, so I'm going to make this quick. And just first confirm. I've sent a request to the OC if I could share my screen so that I could put the ROP up. If anyone can accept that, that'd be great. In the meantime, just to let you all know, I think you'll have gotten a document for the ROP, but that will be revised a bit. We'll be sending across to you soon. Don't worry, it's a more simplified version. It will make sure that it will make committee a bit more understandable throughout. All right. Just want to confirm if you all got the request from my end.
No, sir, we not received the request yet.
Okay. Ayush, if you're on the group, you can download the document which I've just sent.
Okay, sir.
And then you can share it across if you have access.
1 second, sir.
Yeah, go on. All right. In the meantime, if there are any doubts before we start, not related to procedure, but related to being probably a first time in committee or first time in an Indian committee, any of those. If you have any questions which you want to bring up before I start, then you can bring it up now while we are able to present the document. I'll just see if I can share the document. If you all have any questions, you can raise your hand. I'll be able to then see that and then we can go ahead. Okay, good. So I'll then check once more. Do you want me to put it on the chat?
Yes, sir, would be better if you put
Yes.
it on WhatsApp group.
I've put it on the WhatsApp group.
It's not there, sir, in fact.
Have I sent on a different WhatsApp? No, that's the easy one. Okay. I'll send, I'm sending it on the Zoom chat as well.
Okay, sir.
Can I please send? All right. I've sent it across. This is a rough version. You have to get to final one. Is it visible?
Yes, sir, it's visible.
Okay. Can you share across the screen, please?
Yeah, sir, I'll share it.
Thank you.
आप इच्छा है आप अभी भी आ सकती हो
Is there any progress on that, or do I start without it?
Yes, it's on the progress, sir.
Okay. All right. In the meantime, I think you all can also see it in the chat box, right? So what you can download this. This is a rough document that I have from there. The OC will be sharing with you a final doc, but in the meantime, you can use this to refer to it. There's not going to be any material change. I'll start with a couple of things while the thing goes up. 1 second. Okay. So if you all can open this document, you all will be able to see there's a brief overview, the agenda. So I can skip all of that and we can move directly to the ROP section, which first talks about the language. So this is something which will be the first doubt which a lot of people have. English or Hindi both are allowed in committee. You have the freedom to speak any other language, but Sanket and myself don't understand many languages. So if you don't understand it, then that's on you. Okay, so just for your clarity, please use either Hindi or English, whichever you're comfortable with. All right. We will take the documentations in English. That I hope is clear. So you can speak either in Hindi or in English, but if you're making any documentation for the committee, please just enter using English only. All right. We will start the committee by taking a roll call to see if how many members are present, based on which we'll be able to establish a quorum and a simple majority. Now, the reason why the simple majority will be important is because you're going to use that to determine if a motion passes or fails. So, first thing we'll be doing is the attendance. As a representative, there's nothing else you can say other than present. So, that will be expected of you. And we will start committee by having a opening statement round, wherein each and every member will be invited to give a short opening statement on the agenda at hand. We do this because we understand that a lot of people join PCGT sometimes as a first timer or first timer in the Indian committee. And we have found this to be the best way to break the ice, so to say, for first timers. So we'll be having a one round of opening statements. That opening statement will be on the agenda as a whole. So we're giving a fair warning. Please have this speech prepared so that you can have, there won't be any issue when you go up on stage. So after that, after the opening statement comes up, we've divided the session, which is formal discussions, into two parts. The first one is a public session, the other is a private session. Now, the public session is basically wherein you will be able to have topical discussions, which are very relevant to the agenda or which are derived from the agenda, which can be discussed amongst yourselves. All right. Now, once you see the document, we have written this very clearly, but keep in mind, when you bring up a discussion, you need to tell us the topic, you need to tell us the duration of the discussion, and you need to tell us the first speaker time of this discussion. Now, all the topics under the agenda will be discussed in this manner. All right. You'll get to raise a motion. We start a public session, and you all can give your speeches on the specific topics under the agenda. Okay. I request you all to have a discussion amongst yourselves, either before the committee, online, or on the day of, but before committee, discuss a couple of topics you all can be prepared on. This way, that prevents just a few people speaking. You all will be more prepared, and you all can participate even more during discussions. All right. So please make sure that there are topics which are discussed amongst yourselves, so you all know what can be discussed, and we can go ahead from there. So that is public session. The private session is basically wherein you all will be able to discuss amongst yourselves, and we don't moderate it. All right. You all can use this to have a discussion amongst yourselves to decide whether what topic needs to be discussed. You all can form blogs, or unofficially you all can use this to take a break as well within the session. We are going to cap it at 15, and we'll extend it only by 5, but that 5 minutes increase is only going to be dependent on us as the executive board. All right. So please note that do not raise a motion which is more than 15 minutes. And if you all need more than 50 minutes, we'll only give you max 5 minutes more. So 20 minutes max for the overall private session to go on. We're saying this beforehand so that most of our time does not just go into private discussions and there's not much debate that goes on committee. All right. Lastly, we come to the documentation. The documentation in an AIPPM setting is going to be a press release, as it is always. Whenever the AIPPM session happens, there's a press release wherein they talk about what has been discussed in committee and what are the possible steps that are going to be taken based on those discussions. All right. There's normally only one press release. So please keep that in mind. We don't want every person coming in and putting forward a press release on their own. We will discuss and come to a consensus on this because I don't want this to be a unanimous decision on how do we come to the one press release which is voted upon. All right. So that's something which you all can discuss amongst yourselves. If you all want to start working on one press release from the start, or if you feel that there's not going to be any consensus amongst you all, how do we make sure that we have only one press release at the end of the session? All right. That is the the procedure which we're going to be following in AIPPM. Unlike Lok Sabha or Rajya Sabha, any of the other parliamentary bodies, the AIPPM is a much more informal meeting between parties. Normally, there is hardly a moderator as well. It is just the parties coming together, having a discussion amongst themselves. But because this is a conference, we have the two moderators here who will be neutral. We're not going to be representing any political party, so please don't assume that anything we say is going to be representative of a party or another. We're just purely there as a neutral moderator. And the other point is that whatever, if you're coming from other conferences or have experience in other conferences beforehand, you all will know the issues of, or there will be certain cases where you'll have points or yields and all of that. We're not going to follow any of that. All right. You can see it's a very simple procedure. If you have a question to the other person, we can have those questions asked. That will be pretty straightforward about it. Now, I say this in all committees because that's the way I would like to operate. I am telling you the procedure so that you all are aware. You all don't need to take the responsibility of maintaining the procedure. That's my responsibility. AV's responsibility. What you all need to be responsible for is the debate, coming up with the topics of discussion, coming up with the content which can be discussed, coming up with questions, coming up with answers. That is your responsibility in this committee. So if you are a first timer, forget about the procedure, forget about all of that. Just remember, you need to have speeches on the agenda, speeches on the topic, questions to ask the other members, and answers to give for the questions the other members ask. All right. You all already have your allotments, I assume. Correct? So yes. Please make sure that you are representing, you are the physical representation of that person. Okay? It does not mean you need to speak like them or you need to act like them or you need to do all of that. Just represent what they stand for, which party they are part of, what is their personal and their party's stance on the topic, and that's about it. You don't need to act out anything else other than that. You will not get any extra points for it. So it's not worth the effort. As long as you're aware of the policy, the stances of that individual and their party's stances on the topic, you are sorted. Don't need to worry about anything else. Just bring that to the discussion and you all will be able to manage that out. Now, are there any doubts with respect to what has been shared? Any doubts at all?
Yes, sir. So you mentioned there will be public sessions. So will the topics for public sessions will be decided on voting or will they be given by you?
They'll be decided by voting. That's why I said we want to figure out what the majority is so that you all can raise motions to have this discussion. Okay?
Okay, thank you.
So discuss amongst yourselves, see what topics you want to discuss, and whichever topic gets the most votes gets discussed. Okay? All right. Any other questions?
Between the private session and the public session, will there be an unmod?
No, we'll be very seamless between the two. All right. Let's say the public session ends. I will ask for if there are any other topics which need to discuss, or if you want to raise a motion for private session. And the private session is your sort of unmod if you want to take it that way. All right, because it's not moderated. It's not moderated by the executive board. So you will not need, so you can just take a private session if you all want like an unmod to discuss amongst yourselves or just take a break. I hope I answered your question. Hello?
And in private session, are we going to have to give a speech? Do we have to write it on spot?
No, that's only for the public session. In a private session, it will not be moderated by us. So, and you all basically can use that time to discuss amongst yourselves. In the public session, there will be topics which if you all have not prepared on, you all need to speak on the spot if you want to speak. Okay?
Okay.
I see the chat. There are a couple of questions. Sure, you can ask the question on the chat. Another, how long will be the speech? So we put 90 seconds for the opening statement. We won't be extending that time because we want to make sure everyone speaks, but also we don't take that much time in the whole opening speech process. After which any public session speech, you all can break it between 60 seconds to 120 seconds. Alright, that's something you all can decide. But for the opening statement, we'll be limiting it to 90 seconds. Alright. Any more questions? I'll take a minute.
Hi, sir.
Yes.
Uh,
First, Shubham, sorry, go ahead.
Sir, I have a question related to the topic of public session. So, if the committee in majority decides a public topic that is not directly related to the agenda, then will you be entertaining that, or we should be only deciding the topic for public session which is related to agenda only?
We will be, so the motion, whenever a motion is raised, we will ask for a vote. Before we ask for that vote, if we feel that the topic is not within the ambit of the agenda, we will ask them to change it to make sure that it fits within the ambit of the agenda. If there is no topic under the agenda which you'll want to discuss, then that's a different issue altogether. But I request you all to please have a topic under the agenda which can be discussed. All right. I hope that answers your question.
Yes, sir. Perfect. Thank you.
Okay. I see a couple of questions here. Are private and public sessions just synonymous for model and mod? Yeah, you can take a paper. All right. And secondly, what does an opening speech generally constitute of? See, all I can say is that an opening speech needs to be about the agenda. All right. What you want to say about the agenda regarding your opening statement. Take the contextual clues about the fact that this is your first speech amongst your peers. This is what they will first hear from you. What would you want them to know? All right. That's something which I will have to discuss amongst yourselves. Do we have a POI question? Don't say POI. This is not a assignment. All right. Say question. Do we have a question for opening speech as well? We will take questions if there is time permitting. All right. Same concept, but this is something which will be a little bit more selective on. But yeah, if there's time permitting, we'll take questions. There's another question. I've gotten Conrad Sangma as my politician. He's not in MDP and was in alliance with BJP. Now said that there will be no future tie to BJP. So whom do I support? That's something you have to figure. That is the beauty about Indian committees. You have to see the news and then make a decision based on if there's unclear thing. I think the only hint I can give you is if there is any sort of what's the word for it? Uncertainty regarding your stance. Choose what's beneficial for you. All right. If you feel that there's not a clear indicator that you're not a part of BJP or you're part of BJP, then you choose what is beneficial for you. If you're beneficial to be part of BJP, you are a BJP, or vice versa. All right. But obviously, we'll have to look at the facts as well. If there's someone who's clearly factually a part of A, but as they want to be a part of B, then we'll have to take that into consideration. I see a couple more questions. Can we answer the questions via chat? We urge you all to answer in person because then everyone can hear your answer. But if you all want to, you all can answer that. But that's it. We're not going to be taking chats for questions, just for answers. One more thing. You said that we should discuss about the motion before committee. So can we create an unofficial group where we can put unofficial groups? The conference, the OC, the EB has no say on. If you all decide to text amongst yourselves and make a group, we don't condone it, nor do we stop it. So, up to you. How are we going about chits? Are substantive chits allowed? No chits. What is the difference between public and private sessions? Please go through the doc once, but to give you a very clear one-line answer, public sessions will be moderated by us. Private sessions will not be moderated by us. So public sessions can be taken wherein you want to give your speeches, you will be asked questions and be marked accordingly. Private sessions wherein you can discuss amongst yourselves without me knowing what's happening. Any background guide or resources you recommend for prepping? I don't know if the background guide has been sent to you, but there is a background guide made by Sanket, which I think I should share across. So just check that out once. No questions, no. If you have a question, you ask it in session. If you want a discussion amongst yourselves, which is not moderated by us, that's fine. You all can have that by check. But no questions which need to be on the record will be done on chat. They'll all be done. So you mean chats not be allowed, right? No.
no chits to via the EV. If you all want to have chits amongst yourselves, I'm not going to stop that. Can we create our blogs beforehand for the month? Up to you. If you want to, you can do that. I heard someone unmuting themselves. If there's a question, they can ask that as well. Would we be marked in private sessions as well? The background guide is shared with you all as the OC members suggested. You can find them in your WhatsApp group, so please check that out once. Would we be marked in private sessions? See, we don't mark you on what you say in private sessions, but if we mark you based on the results you get from the private session. If you go to the private session saying that I want to get this person on my side, and if they do, then that's something which we mark you for. But that's about it. I think there's another. Yeah, political funds of parties and freebies is quite paradoxical in nature. Should this problem be addressed first? The party is against freebies. That's something I'm not going to comment on. See, remember this. I'm going to be the one who judges you all for the awards. So, and I personally will not be making any statement which will be substantive in nature. I'll only help you procedurally. Nandini, you raise your hand.
Yes, Devang sir. Am I audible?
Yes.
Am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Yes, sir. So just in clear stance, I wanted to know that we have an ideology according to the portfolio we have allotted. But when the portfolio has a particular I want to say that there's a portfolio and they have a particular ideology and they keep manipulating things in different stands. So can we, is it necessary to stick to their ideology, or we can add on to our knowledge and our views and our debates in that?
See, a major aspect of being marked is how well do you represent the portfolio you've been given, right? If you put forward your personal point of view on behalf of the portfolio, then I know it's not the portfolio's point of view. So you stop representing the portfolio and you start representing yourself. Now, if that's something you if you feel uncomfortable putting forward the points of policies of the portfolio you've been given, then that's something which you will have to tackle. Because see, in the past when I've participated, sorry, you think something?
Yes. No, I didn't mean completely our views and to take their base as in their ideologies and their views as a base and not moving the fundamentals of their views. But add-on to that is something we find in our researches and which may contradict, but we find a way to fold into their views.
See, if there's something I'm not saying to completely stick to what the person says verbatim, because then there's no progress in discussion. If you're able to add something which benefits your portfolio and allows them to stick to their values and stick to their policy, go ahead. Feel free. That'll be great if you do that. Okay?
Yes, that's it. Thank you.
All right. Namya, then I'll take the message in the group on the chat side.
Is there going to be a closing speech like at the end of the person?
No.
No. Okay.
Aditya, before that, so when the group will be open for lobbying, it will be open soon. You'll be informed when it is. So please wait on that. Aditya, followed by Vivo, followed by Brinali, followed by me. Aditya, you can go ahead. Hello. Aditya, you're not audible, so if you are not able to take that, you can ask the question in the chat box. In the meantime, we'll go with Vivo's question.
In our speeches, can we openly criticize the opposition members, like taking their names? Suppose I wanted to criticize Rahul Gandhi or Narendra Modi, can I take their name and criticize? Will the marks be cut for that?
I won't, purely taking the names, I won't cut your marks at all. No. But see, the only way I cut your marks in that kind of a scenario is if I if the statements you make are not in line with the statements your portfolio would make. All right. Other than that, I can't give you much of an idea as to how will I mark based on what you said. But yeah, I won't directly remark you just with one naming other individuals and criticizing them. Because a part of it is that. Yeah. All right.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Mrinali for you.
So during the debate session, are the delegates allowed to use devices for research or, drafting resolutions?
I don't think there'll be resolutions to draft, but devices. We'll get back to you on that. I think we will be. This is a PDCL only, right? The event.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So regarding devices, see, I'm not going to bar them, but please understand that we will not be able to provide charging points for all devices. Internet is going to be an issue. So that is something which I'm telling you all from now itself. Please keep that, figure out how to deal with that. And if you all can, then get a device. Otherwise, if you all aren't able to deal with that, then don't get a device.
Can we use it for research purpose?
Yeah, if you get your devices, I think not exactly during the committee internet policy. Does PCGT have a internet policy defined already?
I'll get back to you in within few minutes regarding this.
If it's not mentioned, it's okay. Then I can decide on my committee, right?
Yes, sir. If it's not mentioned, you can educate about this.
All right. See, I won't disallow it. Okay, but if it becomes a disruption committee, then I'll have to take another stance. Please keep that in mind.
Okay, fine.
Yeah. Neve followed by Namya.
Yes. So I've been a journalist for the press, and I just joined now. So I just wanted to ask. This is my first time as a journalist. Can you please tell me what I have to do in journalism?
Neve, are you sure you're supposed to be in this call and not the call headed by the IP head?
No, this is the first time in this call.
OC members, is there no call being taken by the IP team?
Sir, actually the IP session has not been held yet, but I guess your doubts would be cleared by the IP head in the IP session.
See, I don't mind telling you, but then the problem is that I don't want the IP head to have a different view and then you get confused. So if there's anything specific to what needs to be done as a responsibility to the judges, then please ask them because they will know better than I will.
Okay, so there's a different meeting for press members,
yes,
right?
Yes, there is.
No, I was just given this
No
this
problem.
link, so I thought I had to join this.
Neef, can you please clear if you are in AIPPM or press?
I'm in press.
Okay, this is not for you.
Okay, so I shall
This
leave,
is
right?
AIPPM session. Yes. Sorry.
Oh no, the head of who is holding taking care of the MUN in a school to gave me this link to join it.
That's okay. See, what must have happened is that you're part of a school, right, which is participating at the conference.
Yes.
So they may have shared this link saying you everyone who's part of it needs to come through. But there'll be a separate link shared with you for the IP meeting. You need to join that. So you don't need to join this one. Alright? You can stay if you want, but if you can leave also if you want.
Okay, sorry.
No problem. Alright. I take a couple of questions from the chat and then we can continue with the questions from Vivo and there's one more. What if the views clash together with your fellow party members? Say the parties for the motion, however, states can't answer that. You'll have to figure that out within the committee. Can you explain the motion concept? Okay. Very simply put, if you all want to discuss something, right, and you raise a placard and ask and say that motion that we want to discuss X, Y, Z, that is the definition of a motion. All right. So all you need to understand is that if you want to discuss a topic under the agenda, or you want to take a private session to raise that point in committee, you raise a placard and put forward a motion. And that motion will be taken whether you want to take a private session or a public session, and we can go ahead with that. Okay? So that's the concept of motion. Okay. Vivo followed by, okay, no, that's a thumbs up. Yeah. You can ask the question. Are there no questions left?
Devak sir,
Yeah, Ayush.
can I clarify upon the internet and the extension codes?
Yeah, sure.
So regarding the this issue, in fact, the delegates have to bring their own chargers, that is mobile chargers or laptop chargers. We will be providing them plug points, that is extension cords, but we will not be providing them internet access.
All right. Any other questions? If not, we can close this meeting.
Okay.
Sir,
I have
Wait one second. We'll go one by one. I heard Sanit this week, and there was one more, but I could not track who that was.
sir, I'm Shivam.
Okay, so we'll go with Anit. Wait, is it Sanit?
Yes,
Sanit first, and
sir.
then we'll go with Shubham. Okay?
So you said there will be no internet access provided. So
Mhm.
are we allowed to use internet during the committee?
Okay. See, you can. All right. I have no problem with it. Ultimately, you'll always be able to use it. Right? It's not like it's something which is there. What we say by we don't provide internet is that if you all don't have internet, we won't be able to give it to you because the college does not allow us to use that. Okay. So if you all want to use internet, please get your own internet. If you're not able to use it, that's fine because then you can just prepare. It's not like we're going to have anything on the spot which will be requiring you to research something entirely new. Okay. All right. Shubham, you can ask a question.
Sir, my question is regarding if any participant makes any factual inaccuracy, then how are we going to do with it? Are we going to raise point of order or what?
So we don't have a point of order because see in the Lok Sabha or not even Lok Sabha actually, any committee which is a body of record has a discussion on facts and those facts need to be corrected because they need to be published. Right? This is not the case in the AIPPM. So we will not require you to correct someone factually for the record. You can question them on their facts. Okay? Like that, do you not know that XYZ or those kind of questions? But they won't be a point of order per se. And in most circumstances where there is a statement made which is actually inaccurate, we will be able to mark it accordingly as the EB members. So even if it's not referred to in committee, and it will at least okay, that was a factual inaccuracy, we got it, we'll be able to mark it accordingly. So it doesn't mean that there is a free range to factual inaccuracy. All right.
Okay.
What if the opening speech goes above 90 seconds? It won't. If at the moment it hits 90 seconds, we'll be informing you and we'll request you to sit up. Alright, so please make sure that your speeches are timed within 90 seconds. If it goes beyond 90 seconds, we just don't record it as well and we ask you to sit up. Can we point out the factual inaccuracy in your speech or in a question when you've been recognized to ask them a question? But we won't just allow you to speak just to put forward the factual inaccuracy. If you have a speech already there, then you can point it out again, please. Alright. Any more questions? Yes, Shubham.
Hello.
Yeah.
Sir, are you going to mark questions on average or very specific?
I am not discussing the marking scheme now because it's just get confusing. Alright. But needless to say that if there is any doubt regarding the marking scheme, it will be answered on the day of.
Okay, sir. Okay. Thank you.
Alright. Anything else? Okay. Seeing none, we'll keep a close to the event then. Ayush and us members, is there anything else that needs to be relayed to them before we go ahead?
Yes, sir. Before we have to close the meet, I have to give a vote of thanks. Would that be okay?
Sure.
Yes, sir. I would like to thank the esteemed executive board of the AIPPM committee, Mr. Advocate Devak Bharadwaj sir, for explaining the rules of procedure of this committee and addressing the doubts and queries of the delegates. I hope all the delegates had an enriching session and understood the committee and the agenda. I would like to request all the delegates to switch on the cameras as we have to take a committee photo. I request all delegates to turn on the cameras, please. Okay, just a few minutes. Thank you so much, delegates. You may exit the meeting.
Devak sir is left, right?
No, it's Sanket Gaikwad, sir. Say, Devak's also left.
Yes, yes. You can stop the recording, I think.
Arey.